a dip in your hip, a glide in your stride. Welcome to the mothership, the home of the travelers of the universe, with shows throughout the week. Everything you want, everything you could need. From the paranormal to the supernatural, from the spiritual to the unknown, from emotions to comedy. You can find us at Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and so much more. This is R.I.F.T Nation Network, the RNN. And now, your featured show. Shall we begin?
Sensitive/offensive content disclaimer. Please note that this podcast may contain material that some listeners may find sensitive, offensive, or disturbing. We strive to create respectful and informative content, but topics discussed may include mature themes such as violence, explicit language, or controversial subjects, triggering content including discussions related to mental health, trauma, or other sensitive issues, explicit language. Occasionally, our guests or hosts may use strong language. While we aim to handle these topics with care and empathy, we encourage listeners to exercise discretion. If you find any content distressing, consider skipping or seeking support. Remember that this podcast is not a substitute for professional advice. If you need assistance, please consult a qualified expert.
Welcome to Paranormal Outlaws. There we go. There we go. We got a little thing going on here. Everybody's, oh, look.
There we go.
Else. Hey, good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight?
Pretty good.
We're doing good.
I know
the technical difficulties, doing good.
I hear you. It's going to be one of those nights, I do believe. I know the Cowboy says he's going to try to be on here a little bit. Let's introduce ourselves. I'm Ed, the Hitman Odell.
I'm Renee. I'm the Renegade.
I'm Jimmy, the Hangman.
I'm Ryan. I forgot my nickname.
That's his nickname. I forgot my name. Ryan C. Jones, the spirit talker himself.
There we go.
There it is.
It's been too long. It's been too long.
It has.
I forgot the name already.
It has been too long. It has. So I want to welcome everybody. I probably will not. I'll see your chat, but I may not be able to respond. I'm running so much right now to handle up. Hopefully, the rest of the crew will. Kelsey's in the house. What's up, Kelsey? Yo, D, where you at? You should be on here with us.
Oh, yeah.
Howdy. Man, you got the
Ron
hype.
Woods is high.
Yeah, jump on. Hey, Ron. Hello, Kelsey. And Sean, if you want to jump on and available and you want to, jump on the Paranormal Outlaw link. Just hit that link and jump on in. Hey, Ash, what's going on? So tonight is going to be an interesting show. This is not a show that you're used to with the Outlaws, but this is why we are the Outlaws. I think I just heard our brother jump in there. Let me see if I can grab him. Oh, there he is. He's in
Sup?
the What's up? Hello, Michelle. That cowboy is in the house. I will give me a sec. All right, cool. So, yeah, Knight Rider will be joining us here in just a minute. He says he's going to jump in. So, awesome. We'll have all 6 of us in the house.
Awesome.
So, I know it's been a long time since we've all gotten together. We've had one thing after another. We've getting things straight. This was a perfect opportunity for us all to come together tonight. And a good reason. Now, usually, let's be honest, and we're going to switch that background into what it should be, if you will. We're going back to our town. There we go. Usually, it's myself running my mouth, me and Keith going back and forth, and Renee kind of sliding in. Nah, not tonight. Tonight, the Renegade has definitely got a lot to say tonight. And I see the cowboy already going, yep, it's going to be one of those nights. Now, tonight, first, let's welcome Ryan. This is his first time on with us.
Welcome, buddy.
Spirit
Hey.
Talker. Thank you.
Welcome, brother.
Thanks. I'm glad to be here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ryan is the the founder. Hey, what's up, little man?
Who's RJ?
Ryan, the founder of Vibe and the host of the freaking awesome paranormal show. So everybody give him some love, if you will. Give him some love. Give him some love.
Heck yeah.
Jump over into the chat so I can see. So tonight, after this week, I really have been biting my tongue. I'm like, I really don't want to get in the middle of this. But after watching some videos, pros and cons on this issue, I was like, you know what? We got to talk about it. We have got to talk about it. We've got to open the door to both sides. And yeah, we may be discussing a lot about HCR or RC, whatever, the Conjuring House. Okay, that issue. But we're also going to be talking about locations and active event locations and hauntings, etc. Because there's a lot going on and a lot to be seen. There's a lot of new places that are opening up. And there's other places that we're finding this issue, if you will. Also, I'm also going to talk about something else tonight that I think we need to talk about. I'm going to drop this out so it gives us some more room. There we go. So, hey, Lisa. So let's jump into this. I want to get everybody's just general opinion right now of what you already know. We're going to put Renee at the caboose because I already know. However, I think it'd be great to see where everybody stands, what they do know, what they don't know, and give a little input to what they understand, give their opinion. Remember, majority of everything that we're going to be talking about is opinion-based. This is our opinions, not that necessarily of the RNN or its connected societies or networks. I had to say that. I'm going to say that.
CYA.
Yeah, there you go. Ashley says the Conjuring mess is wild. Yes, it is. And that's exactly why we're talking about it. But it kind of opened the door to other issues, other subjects, and other things that I think we should talk about tonight, as we always do. And it doesn't matter how long we're here. And we want your input. Those of you who are tuning in right now, you ghost riders, you freaks, you travelers, we want to hear from you. We want to hear your side, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to give your opinion, let you be heard tonight right here on Paranormal Outlaws. So let me drop this down onto the one person I know who's going, I don't know a whole lot about going on, and just get his general insight from catching up. So I'm going to lay it on down to the Hangman and let him get going and see if he's got questions or his opinions or his thoughts, man. All you, bro.
Well, with the Conjuring House, I actually went through and watched a couple videos, and from what I see of what's going on is the new owner's just a bully. One thing that I'm kind of curious about, and it's a theory I have about it, but I think it's going to be a short-lived theory, is who's to say this woman isn't possessed? Because she said she was drawn to it, but she gets it and she treats everybody like crap. And the story of the Conjuring House, that was the deal about it. Back when Ed and Lorraine went through it.
Hey, Jesse. Yeah. And
Hey, Jesse, how you doing?
how do y'all feel about what he just before? I already know, because actually before the guys got on, Renee and I were talking about 30 minutes before the show right here, and we were discussing some things, and it's interesting you brought that out. Hey man, I really think that's a great point of view, possibility.
Mhm.
What do you guys think?
I mean, I think anything is possible. I know there is if I bring the cabin into the whole deal, there is whatever is in the brick rancher that does affect people. I don't know, because it seems like the other people who own the place were pretty decent people. So I don't know why it would choose her to turn into an asshole like that.
They choose weak-minded people, is my belief. And this woman is very weak-minded and is just mean and nasty.
Or
Bend
people
and twist her to their whim.
From what you've read and understood.
Yes.
We got to remember, we cannot place judgment on someone we do not have physical knowledge or
Oh,
carnal knowledge.
absolutely. I'm not putting judgment on the person. I'm putting theories towards the events.
Okay, I just want to make sure we clarified that. I love that. That you're looking for this one. Rock on. Oh, he's so cute. What about you, Cowboy? What's your insight? What's your input into this here?
It's not always weak-minded people that are chosen. Sometimes it is people that have so much going on in their life, they're not paying attention. It could be that simple. You're not paying attention. You're not protecting yourself. You don't have knowledge of how this works. Boom, you're influenced. I have been there. I have been influenced. I have been possessed. It's not fun. You don't realize what's going on. You don't know why things happen. You don't know why you think what you think. You don't know why you say what you say, and you don't know why you do what you do. A lot of times you don't even remember doing it, seeing it, hearing it. Those blackouts are scary. So yeah, it is a possibility that this person may be influenced by something paranormal. I can't say for sure. I did not know the person before. I do not know the person now. This is just my words are coming from personal experience. It is a possibility. So maybe someone needs to plant a seed with this person. Hey, maybe you need to get checked. Maybe you need to reach out for some help. Now, granted, they will have to want the help. They will have to ask for the help. Otherwise, they will not accept the help.
Right.
And sometimes it takes something pretty bad to happen to said person in order for them to reach out for help. Yeah. I hope it doesn't come to that. But what I know of the situation, which isn't a lot, this person has done some not so good things and blamed it on the entities of the establishment. That's pretty narcissistic. There's a lot of gaslighting going on. It's just situation all the way around. I feel bad for anybody involved in it.
No, that's well said. I feel bad for the whole community. That's yes.
Hey, Debbie.
Before I release the caboose, let's give a little background to how and why we can talk about this. I'm a promoter. I'm a sponsor. I'm a promoter and sponsor. I sponsored the Cabin on 360. I promote, and I saw that Jess is here. I am a promoter and sponsor of GOS, Ghosts of Stanton. I'm a promoter and sponsor of Boo's Paranormal Equipment. So that's where I'm coming from when I talk tonight. Jen is a lead researcher for a research group. Cowboy, he runs his own paranormal group. He has his own paranormal spiritual experiences. He's coming from a point of working with another group, that being Spirit Mechanics, if I may say the name.
Yes.
So we're given that from his personal experiences of being affected and working with said teams to help him, his location, his place. Ryan C. Jones, Spirit Talker, he's coming from the place of an actual event location individual who runs that, who does it all the time, who's been doing it for 7+ years. So you're going to have an on-site individual who actually runs one of these locations. And then, of course, we've got the Renegade, Miss Renee. She's coming from a point of a research investigator who really dives into whatever she gets her hands on and has a lot of knowledge when she does talk about it. So she's not going to be coming, hey, Court. She's not going to be coming from the point of, well, this could be or that. She's going to give you facts. This is not, and I want to repeat this too before, again, I give this to Renee. This is not a bashing show. If you're here thinking we're going to bash, you're in the wrong place, wrong time, wrong group of individuals. We are the outlaws, but we also speak truth. We all agree to that. We all speak truth.
Yep, ours. And I might add, she is also a member of Cobra Paranormal.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, Donna, thank you for joining us. Miss Jessie, you're absolutely welcome. So, with further ado, I'm going to hand it on over to the caboose so she can back up with all the facts, and then we're going to jump right into this thing. Oh, well, shit, let me leave then. Oh, no, it's going to get good. You may not want to, because we're going to be talking about new locations, old locations, not just the Conjuring drama. So trust me, we're here for a long time.
Popcorn.
Disappointed. Oh, don't be disappointed. We're
Keep
going to
that
get
popcorn handy, Courtney.
No,
You may need it.
you may need it.
Yeah, you may want it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we all know what has happened. My purpose and
no, they
reasoning.
don't. Some of the people that are watching that are in chat may not know. So why don't you just go ahead and drop that whole bomb there, girlfriend? Get your F-bomb and drop it.
All right. So, which I actually don't have because it's in a box to get ready to send to somebody.
What?
I have the mini one. But anyway. Okay. I am from basically the Warren capital of the world. I live in Connecticut. So anything and everything Warren related has always been a brain tease or wanting to know more about the paranormal.
Hey,
so
Rich.
The Conjuring House has always been on my radar. A bucket list place to investigate, I'm sure, with all of you somewhere on your list wanting to go see it and figure out what's going on. When I saw the post, I was like, oh, what is going on? Because now we've dropped a bombshell. Okay. I had followed the transfer of hands because they made it very public and very known. The past owners seem wonderful people. Cared about the property, loved the property, loved the paranormal, was open to groups coming in, that and the third. They changed hands with this woman. Now, I've take a play out of somebody else's book that have said this before. There are haunted people are haunted. Okay? Now, you put them in a situation where they come to a haunted location. Could we could
Yeah.
Feedback.
could it be affecting her? Yes. And I agree with that.
Sorry about that, y'all.
It's all good.
As
All good.
you're good. As things progressed and things have gotten and have spiraled
Hey, Rob.
way out of control, it for me, I kind of see the pros and cons with people are saying, okay, it's very this is happening. She's doing this, she's doing that, but we're forgetting the one key component. It is her property. It's not the state of Rhode Island's. This is her property.
Yes.
If she chose to do this and run it into the ground, that's her prerogative. We can't, as investigators, as teams, do we love a location? Do we embrace it? And do we try to help that location? Yes. But we have to ride that thin line. Okay? I've seen just about as equal
Hi, Thor.
posts saying she's this, she's that, she's this. And I've seen other posts saying, no, I haven't had an issue. Then we get the keyboard warrior, which we all know what happens with the paranormal. How many of those people have really honestly been there to say that they've been there, investigated XYZ?
Right.
So, and a lot of people have done. There's a lot of videos, a lot of things have been said, personal experiences, this, that, and the third. Price has been an issue. Her not being there has been an issue. Her firing staff, like Jim said, if she's already, we'll take the word, possessed, and she doesn't know that something's with her, having a hitchhiker or whatever, you go to a location that is severely active, things change, people change.
Yes.
Well, I think it was weird on one of the videos that I saw where she was told by a spirit from the 1800s that there was a current employee groundskeeper that was stealing.
Yes.
And she had to fire him.
And
Yes.
this is where, okay,
When there's video evidence that it didn't happen.
exactly. So that's where I come in and I'm saying, okay, everybody's bashing her. Everybody's saying boycott, stay away, don't do this, don't do that. I got into this field because I had experiences as a kid, very, very scary incidences. Black-eyed children incidents. So I have always been looking for answers for myself on why I was chosen, picked, why things were done, and this, that, and the third. So I'm looking at it as we're also in it to help the spirits, but we're also to help clients, right?
Right.
And who's to say, and it does, and it's happened, an owner becomes a client.
Yes. And
how many Dead File shows did Amy go on and a spot and they're a client?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, spirits can end up being clients as well. Also, they need help.
Mm-hmm.
True that.
And
I was actually going to talk about something tonight about what you just said. So I want to make sure I keep that fresh because in that conversation and everything I've heard, I did participate in a lot of podcasts in the last 2 weeks. And there's some interesting things that came out now the reason I'm bringing this up is because you just brought up the fact that, and Jimmy brought up that the caretaker was let go because of something said. We're going to get into that in a little bit. So that is an interesting point because that is not the first time, but there's a catch-22 to that little twist of what he said, she said. See, that's what we're here. We're clearing up the he said, she said shit. The whole communication thing needs to clear up.
You got to look at both sides.
Yeah.
You need all the
Well-
information in order to make an informed decision.
In the words of my great grandfather, there's your truth, and the other person's truth. And in between
That's
there,
true.
what is there? There's the truth somewhere in between all of this. Okay.
Right.
With this going on, my fear in this, because we have almost lost locations before.
Mm-hmm.
Waverly. Okay.
Right.
We have almost lost Waverly. Back tax issue. Okay. With caretakers and such. I'm not saying this woman's going to do this, but if this woman is so jonesing for this, I guess is the right word to put. And once again, I'm going to bring it back. It's her property. Because I've seen messages. Well, the town needs to step in and take it from her. No, it's her property.
Her legal property.
Would those people like the city stepping in and taking their home? No.
It's
You get
just
their-
like, I mean, it's just like any kind of business out there. If you don't like the service you're getting at the business, you just stop going.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just stop going.
Go through and expect the government or whoever to step in and be like, oh, no, you can't do this. You're running this into the hole.
Yeah.
That's something they need to do on their own.
Mm-hmm. And did she buy it for a hefty dollar amount? Yes, she did. And she can afford that dollar amount because of what she does besides this.
Well,
Yes.
according to the owners, they were actually bullied into selling it. They wanted to sell it,
Mm-hmm.
but they were bullied into it by her when it was not even she stopped them from having other people come and look at the property. She forced liens on it and everything to where she wanted to be the sole owner. I never heard exactly what the dollar amount was, but they were bullied into selling to her.
So she was already kind of an asshole before even getting into the place.
Yeah,
she
and
been-
the owners even said that she was kind of two-faced because they sat down with her and the realtor and worked it out. And the woman said that, she was actually very nice and polite and everything. And then all of a sudden behind the scenes, it's like she's two-faced.
Right.
Had she already been on the property?
Yeah,
Place?
they actually said that she was been on the property. I believe, Renee, wasn't it like 8 years or so? Like she's been out there investigating and everything, working with them. Yeah.
Something could have influenced her
Exactly.
from the property. And
I mean,
let me get this out real quick.
Mhm.
If an entity wanted a person like that in charge to keep everybody out of that place so they have it for their own,
Mhm.
that entity is going to affect that person's decisions and actions in order to affect that to happen.
That's right.
It kind of sounds like that might be what happened or a possibility of what happened.
Well, let's look at a point from someone who, has run that a location like that.
Mhm.
So, Spirit Talker, how do you feel about this? I mean, coming from a point of having a location and running it with a partner and all of this and how it's coming out now.
Thank you, Robert.
How does that make you feel? And especially with, I'm just going to put it blunt, especially with what we've experienced here in Central Virginia with other locations.
I mean, the way what she is doing logically does not make any sense. I mean, it gets to the point where I believe there could be something going on mentally or like what you guys said, maybe spiritually with her. because she took a location that everybody loves and wants to go to and turns it into, a place that nobody wants to go to. I mean, she had the perfect opportunity for a moneymaker already in her lap. I mean, the house was in a freaking Conjuring movie, and she's got the history. She's got she's got everybody wanting to come out there. Now she's pricing herself out of contention. No one's gonna want to pay that kind of money. She's turned it into more of a tourist attraction, and then she's just putting all this stuff out there. And from a personal standpoint, as far as like the cabin is concerned, you've really got to play the public game. You've got to don't do anything crazy. You've got to be as conscious of what you're doing and what you're saying as possible, because word spreads, and if you start drama like that, it's not going to take long before the whole paranormal community knows about what's going on.
Basically, it sum it all up: bad business practice.
Yeah,
it really is.
Business that's being run into the ground.
Yes.
So let's welcome our newest, if you will, outlaws in the house. The Night Rider, Sean Elliott, is here. Welcome to the show, and thank you for being a part of this here, Sean.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Long time no see, Sean.
It's been a while.
It's
been a while. Thank y'all for having me on here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sean, what's your input on this Conjuring drama stuff?
Please forgive me, but I really don't have a clue what's going on.
All good.
That's great.
I'm gonna be honest with you. When it comes to, you and I have talked about this before. I think Ryan and I have talked some. I didn't even know what paradrama was for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea that what y'all had to explain. A couple of y'all had explained to me about what it was, and then I guess just listening to y'all and the lady in the room talk about what it was. What was going on. I guess somebody's accusing people of something, and people are chiming in, and then the story's starting to grow into other things. So y'all got to catch me up to that. But it sounds like typical drama. So I guess from where I sit now, just from the little bit that I have heard, it sounds like to me that there's a house that's documented to be haunted. I'm not understanding where the drama is, to be honest with you. I don't understand what the problem is. So I don't know what's going on. Like, in my opinion, just from the little I do know, now y'all can catch me up to speed because I'm way behind. But right. I mean, if there's a place that's documented to be haunted, they made movies about it. It's historically had events happen. I'm not sure what the issue is.
Well, it makes perfect sense. Look, you know what? Let's go back. Let's go back to the beginning of the year.
And I apologize.
No, don't apologize. It's good. It's actually good to have someone fresh.
You heard that, Sarah?
I know Jimmy was fresh about this the last couple of days, catching Ryan up. Ryan and I have chit-chat a little bit, but
yep.
Yeah,
heard that.
I heard it.
I've watched lots of videos the past 2 days. That's for sure.
Excuse me 1 second. I have something to take care of. I'll be right back.
Gotcha. Yeah, do your thing. Sarah says, "Wow, brutal growling in the backyard." Yeah,
in the background.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, I heard it too.
Well, basically, what we have is someone who was very popular on television doing ghost-related shows. His family member got involved with the Conjuring House. members of said team got involved with the Conjuring House. Through a period of time, what has happened is Party A said they quit. Okay. They turn in their 2 weeks notice,
Resignation letter.
And as he said, that means to some of y'all, I quit. Sorry, I know this person. And if you're going to talk like that, that's going to give you a bad mark to begin with. Just saying. Now, let's catch up. Several other of said employees of Location Conjuring House supposedly turn in their resignations. Now, with that, this is for 6 months, going on for 6 months. This owner turns around and says, "Oh, they quit. They didn't quit. I fired them." Okay, so it's the buildup. The buildup's already begun.
With a paragraph this big put on their Facebook page that used choice words, and basically, in my opinion, which is the business account, which lit the match on the kindling and some kerosene added to it. Since then, that post is now taken down.
But that post,
imagine that.
Right, exactly. And it was probably because of Facebook saying, "Bad, can't do that."
No, somebody's hacked the account, or the spirit took it away.
Yeah,
that's a good story.
You know, PR is PR. Good PR is good PR. Bad PR is still good. You know what I mean? So I don't know what she's, whatever.
It's convenient if you can blame spirits on everything that happens. So
now that brings us full circle to what was said earlier. She made a claim. Now, we're all investigators. We're all in the paranormal. We've all been doing this for a good period of time. First of all, her first claim was the said individual, the first grouping, were fake. They were faking evidence. I'm putting it in a nutshell. I'm not using her words. And that she was nothing but a scam artist. Goes on to say that the spirits of said house told her to start letting people go because they were stealing from said house. Now, the big bomb this week was she let the caretaker go, saying that the previous owner from the 1800s spoke to her and said to her that said individual was stealing and you need to fire him. So based on the fact of said spirit saying to individual, she's using that to say that was her basis for letting the individual go, knowing full well she owes a lot of money to said individual, a lot of money in the rankings of 9,000 plus. Now, this is where we're at. We have a high-profile individual involved. We have another couple that's highly seen, if you will. You know this couple. They've done their own little experiments, which pros and cons. Some people yay, some people nay. Some say it was fake. Some say that it never happened. Okay, whatever. Now this has progressed into employees that have nothing to do with the paranormal taking themselves out of the picture. In my opinion, it sounds like they're trying to get her out of drama. They're trying to get out of the picture and go, you know what? I don't want to deal with this shit. I'm out. Right?
From what I've seen about it is, that's most of the employees. It's like they just took too much verbal abuse and everything and accusations. It's like, look, I'm done. I want peace in my life. I don't need this. Correct. So they took the high road and left.
That's why I stepped back from the paranormal.
Yeah.
I have actually stepped back from.
Jesse said, sorry, I wish I could listen. I totally understand, sweetie.
I needed the peace.
Drama for public relations is bad juju.
It's bad out there. I mean, I went through it here in town with the Stevenson building. I went through it personally. I was recipient of words that were derogatory towards me.
Hey, Keith, hold on 1 second. I don't mean to interrupt you.
You're fine.
Everybody hear us out there? Is anybody having problems? I see Jesse's having problems. Can anybody else hear us? Are anybody else having problems hearing us? I just want to make sure we clarify, because Jesse, what you might have to do is catch up with us on the archive. And you can ask all the questions you want. You know, you can call me. But I just want to make sure we're not having
She can jump in, she can jump out and jump back in. Sometimes that happens.
True that.
Or try to hit the YouTube page, see if that makes a difference.
There you go, YouTube. That's a good point.
I shared out the YouTube link on my page.
We have Mercury retrograde right now. I had issues getting in here.
Here you fine. Okay.
So
did I.
It's
Jesse, try to go to the YouTube. You probably have a better effect. Go to Ryan's page and go to the YouTube.
Yeah, I shared that on mine as well. You can try that.
There you go. So, and I'm sorry, Keith. I did not mean to interrupt. I just want to make sure we're still good.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. Although I lost complete track.
Well, Keith, you were saying about how you had to step back from the paranormal.
Oh, yes.
Us three of ASPS, we had to do the same thing for a little bit.
Yeah, the Stevenson building here in town, a good friend of mine owned it and took on some partners, and those partners stabbed her in the back and took it away from her. And now it's just sitting there. Nobody's doing anything with it. It's falling apart. That breaks my heart that she lost something that she worked so hard to get. I helped her in that process. I supported her. We worked hard to get that thing going, and we got it going. And then it was ripped out from under her, and it's dead now.
Sean, did you hear that? That's why I got you back.
It's crazy what people will do out there to get somewhere. They will step on you. They will ride your coattails. They will put you under their heel and push down and twist it to make you the bad guy when you are trying to help them come up, instead of reaching a hand out and saying, "Hey, come with me."
This is what you were talking about.
Yeah, this is. Yeah. I had to step away. It's everywhere out there. It is everywhere out there.
Yeah.
All the paranormal pages that I'm on, I see it, I feel it, I hear it. I can feel the energy in that post, in those words. I'm an empath. I feel it.
I talk about it sometimes on our podcast. Like we talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, and this stuff. And it's funny because listening to you talk, I'm almost getting chills because it's Ed talked to me about it a lot. And listen to this whole. I don't mean to cut you off, but it's just like I said, I'm getting chills hearing it because Ed and I talked about it. I talk about it in the podcast. I haven't experienced a lot of it, but I see it a lot. And listening to this whole Conjuring thing, only thing that's racking in my brain is how old are these people? Like this is stuff I remember going through in middle school. I didn't go through it as much in high school because we had a little different level of maturity. But even now in my adult life, I didn't see it this much until I got into even in the paranormal circle I was in before I got public with it. I didn't see it until I got public with it. And I'm like, this is really going on out here? Like,
yes.
But the people I initially got involved with, I think Ryan Jones was the first person I actually talked to when we started going public with it. And I was like, oh, this is cool. And then Ed, and then a few other people. And then all of a sudden, the more people I talked to, I started running into this stuff. And I'm like, this is a whole new world for me. My mind is blown at how this stuff works.
Mm-hmm. It's good to keep your circle small.
I learned that very quick. Very quick.
That's a cannon shot. I got waves.
Oh, I
thought there was a toilet flushing for a second.
Yeah.
Not yet. No.
I'm right next to my bathroom. I'm like, what the hell?
I mean,
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
But back to the Conjuring thing, just from everything y'all, back to the Conjuring thing, from what y'all have told me I guess it may be more or less than y'all told me, but it sounds like a group of people is mad at another group of people, and they figure the best way to retaliate is to stir up a bunch of mess, and they think it's going to hurt another group of people. And you know, it doesn't work that way necessarily. It might affect people, the Conjuring House, for a while. It might hurt them slightly. I don't know who started or who's doing it, but I think eventually it might go away. And I'm not gonna lie, I still want to go to it. That's just me personally. I don't care what people say or what people do or drama or anything like that. I'm a paranormal investigator, and that's all I care about. The drama stuff is neither here nor there to me.
If you quit giving it your attention, it will go away.
Right. Once people stop,
it's the owner who's doing it, so
yeah,
it's not like there's someone else talking about the Conjuring House. It's the owner who's putting it out there like that, and she's ruining it herself.
Right.
The owner is basically what should be kept in house, grievances, and her not showing up when for someone to come in to let them in to investigate, vice versa, whatever it is. There's a lot of other things involved in this story that are there's a lot of little people paying an exorbitant amount of money to go there. It's her way that she wants the investigation done. It's not your team's way. It's her way. You need to sign, from what I understand, you need to sign a waiver. She needs to see the evidence before you even post it or talk about it. And if she doesn't agree with it, she's not letting you do anything with it.
Okay, but on the other hand, these people that are putting this out, they got pissed off. They're putting this out. Now, what is that? That's revenge.
Mm-hmm.
That is revenge. Instead of dealing with it personally and healing from it, they are putting it out there for everybody to see, to spite that person, to take that person down. I disagree with that.
Well, see, that unfortunately, I feel that's kind of the age we live in now. Is there's a lot of soft people out there that the first thing they want to do is get on social media and blow everything way out of proportion.
Yeah,
I got butthurt. I got offended. I'm a victim.
Exactly.
I need reparations. I need attention.
Yeah, you see that, Ryan? That's what she's charging.
That
is correct. And you can only live stream for 2 hours there.
Now, before we go any further, we got to acknowledge Ron Wood.
Yeah.
Booze Paranormal is in the house. Booze Paranormal.
Hey, Ron.
So acknowledge him. He did say that I want to go, but will not until it changes hands. The current owner, it's about greed, not the paranormal. Okay, we're going to talk about that because it's just not the Conjuring House, but that's why we're talking about it tonight. I love the fact that Sarah just jumped in. Anybody want to say what Sarah just said?
Only work with individuals you have good energy with. As far as other groups, if there's negativity involved, just move on from them. Unacknowledge them. Unfortunately, people can't seem to agree to disagree. And that is the problem with this society in general now.
That's right.
Great point.
I mean, it even goes as being like joining teams, like doing a joint investigation. You got to make sure your team members all click.
Yes.
The energy's all on the same level.
Yes.
Because we've ASPS in the past, we have done that, but not everything clicked. And it would turn into a rough night, or down the road it turned into paradrama.
It's really annoying when I go to make an event at the cabin and I've got to figure out, okay, can I invite this person because that person doesn't like this person? Is it going to cause drama? I'm just like, it's a lot of work.
Yes.
And that's why I wanted you and Sean here tonight explicitly for that, so people can hear both sides. There's a lot of work that goes into an event location. Okay, hold on. let's jump into that real quick. All right. Pros and cons. Yes, certain sites do ask for a lot of money. There is a location close to me here right now that does require a shitload of money to investigate this location. However, here's the downfall, and I'm going to throw it out there. That's right. I don't give two fucks.
Bring it.
The money that's said used that's supposed to go to the property has never been seen. There's no new roof. There's no floors that have been repaired. There's been no contract properly done inside the location. It still could be dangerous to individuals. So this is my point. And this, look, I worked 4 years with Ryan, right? It's 4 years.
Yeah.
You're not going to see that at the cabin. You have not seen that at the cabin. If there's been a major issue, Dennis or him have attempted to handle it economically the best they can with the backing they did have. When you have a location that's charging $2,000 or more, yes, I said it, and that's only for a couple hours, and they do public investigations for $50, $75, or $100 a head, and this location doesn't show progress,
There's an issue.
you see that all over the United States. It's not just here in Virginia.
Nope.
I've seen it everywhere. And you know what? Hey, I'm going to say it right now. Oh, good Lord, Sarah, hold on. I'm going to say it like this. I have worked at multiple locations. The locations I just spoke on, I can speak on because I worked there as a helper. Excuse it. I've worked at the Exchange Hotel with Ryan and Jimmy. With Ryan, sorry, Jimmy number 8. With Ryan, both of us put years and years into the Exchange. And you know what? You can see it.
Yep.
If you go to the Exchange Hotel right now, you can see the work that Ryan and I and all that group did in the summer kitchen, moving the dining room around, moving the upstairs around for the person who was running it. And it's still the same today.
Well, look, we even did the same in a past case in a past location. One of our most popular, Bell Nemus. Ryan actually went out there and helped. Dennis went out there and helped.
And
got
we
to
charged
do
for
it.
inspection.
Yep.
But that was a non-public location.
No, yes, exactly. But I mean,
But
that-
since
to me,
I've
that's part of being a paranormal group in the field is being responsible.
the group, yeah,
Out there and you help out that location.
right.
I know
You know-
several owners of paranormal locations personally.
Mhm.
I know what kind of money it takes to keep that place up. The overhead, you've got electricity, you've got water, you got sewage, you've got trash, you got this, you got that, you got a payment on the place, you got insurance. It takes a lot of money to keep those places going. I understand that.
Yeah, it does.
And the people that I know actually put the money back into the place to keep it kept up, to make improvements to it. But if there's people out there that are charging that much money and nothing's being done to the property, there's an issue, and that money's going somewhere.
And
In
yeah,
the
I know when if Dennis
property tax, yes.
takes over, if the cabin comes into our hands, we're going to have to raise the prices of our investigations to cover the cost of, buying the property.
Yeah.
Before we belonged to Jones Corporations, my family's company. So we didn't have to worry about, maintenance. We helped out, but major stuff we didn't really have to worry about. So we could charge a cheaper rate. And we didn't have to worry about paying back anything. So it's gonna be different, but we're not gonna make it so it's unattainable. We're not gonna raise it that much. We're gonna make it. We're not gonna be ridiculous about it. It's just part of the whole thing with owning a property.
Yeah, be fair about it.
Yeah.
now let me bring this into spotlight because Knight Rider's with us right now. he is organizing and working a new site for himself, his team, his thing. We're not going to speak it out publicly, the name of the location, because it's being built. He's doing
It's
the
for
best.
public as well. It's for other teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for him to have access and to help organize and get this going. So, Sean, what's it like for someone who's just getting into something what you're doing now? It's a lot of work too, isn't it?
It's a lot of work to get started. The first thing, I'm an authentic guy, and those of you that talk to me know that I don't BS around. I don't know what I can and can't say on here, but I don't play
Shit,
around.
damn fuck, on damn gosh, burning motherfucker.
Well, you know me,
Right there, George Carlin.
my mouth can get reckless, but I don't play around with. I make sure the site is authentic, and it's for me to offer a location. I need to know it's haunted myself, and I need for people around me to know it's haunted. So.
Yeah.
That's the first thing getting started. A lot of people will get an old building and say it's haunted and sell it instantly. I've seen that, and that's something I didn't do. The first thing I did was go out to my friends who have a team and say, "Hey, come check it out." That's the first thing I did. When my team was able to confirm, "Hey, there's something here," I hosted a lot of public investigations to let people. After my team did extensive research, and I'm talking about the evidence we collected was not just a REM pod going off. It was things that we just couldn't explain happening.
Yeah.
And I'm talking from apparitions that we got, and I sent those apparitions off to people who've been in this field a lot longer than me to try to debunk those apparitions. You were one of them who couldn't debunk the apparition. And so that's the biggest thing to me is authenticity. And so that's the first thing. The second thing is the prices that we charge for our investigations is when I could almost hear the pain in Ryan's voice trying to explain having to go up. But number one, inflation, the prices of everything, you shouldn't have to explain yourself. It's sad you almost have to do it. But if somebody can't understand that your price has to go up a little bit, then they need to go to hell on somewhere. I mean, we know you're an investigator as well, so we know you're going to be legit with your price. But two, the prices of everything is going up. You almost have to if you're going to run a business. That's just business in general. But getting started, our prices are going to bump up a little bit with our public investigation as well. And it's not for anything other than the price of wood going up because we're preserving the location as well. We take a small cut of our investigations that we do, and that's just so I can provide more equipment for the public to use. That's the main reason why we do that. But we've been told we're too cheap by a lot of people on our prices. But the reason why we're cheap, and I want to explain that, and those of you who don't know Courtney Nicole is, she's actually our lead investigator. But the reason why we stay so cheap on our prices is number one is I want the common American who's working to be able to afford to get into investigating. So if you want to come to a public investigation and you're down to your last little bit of money and it's a Friday or Saturday night and you've been watching Ghost Adventures or Ghost Hunters or whatever you choose, and you say, "Hey, I want to try that. I want to learn how to do this." You can come to our place and we can show you how to do it. And it's not going to break your bank account learning how to do it. Some of these places you'll never be able to go to if you're an average, hardworking person with a family. You'll never be able to do it.
And you can teach them the right way, the safe way.
Exactly.
As a team, having my own paranormal team going out and helping other people.
Exactly.
Along with being a member of the Spirit Mechanics. I have helped on 4 Dead Files cases around the country. It takes money in order for me and the other team members to get to said location to help these people out.
Yeah.
When we can, we pull that out of our pocket. However, we all work Monday through Friday. We live paycheck to paycheck. And sometimes we have to tell the clients, "Hey, we're going to need this." That is gas money. Hotel, if we need a hotel, that is it. We don't put money in our pockets. We don't charge to help people, but sometimes we need help to get there to help them.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That is more of a I really want the help when they are willing to do that. But it's a fact. Gas, hotel rates, food, it has all tripled in the last 4 years. And I'll stop with don't get me started on the politics.
No.
Yeah.
We won't go there. I done made enough people mad with that already this week.
Same.
We're gonna
It's
switch.
okay. It's
gonna
okay.
switch.
It's their issue. They will have to live with it, and they will have to deal with it.
Yeah, we're gonna switch gears just for a second.
Do it.
Sarah says, I was told it was necessary to have a skeptic in a team. Is that true?
No,
I agree with that.
But I mean, it could be useful.
not wrong. Not wrong.
It is useful.
To
It is useful.
to
I don't say it's a must-have. I won't say it's like you have to do it.
that.
But I love a skeptic.
Right.
I love one. And how you and I've talked about that. We agreed to disagree on that topic before.
Absolutely.
But that's one of the reasons why I like the scientific side of investigating. Because when you can explain something to somebody that they can't explain or figure out scientifically, that also proves your evidence to be even stronger than what it is.
Yeah.
So I love a skeptic.
It can help, but like Sarah just said, it can cause friction
Yeah.
if the rest of the team and the skeptic cannot communicate effectively.
That's right.
If one investigator says this is what this is, and the skeptic says, well, that actually could be the AC system kicking in and sucking that door open.
I'll be right back, guys.
All right.
You're going to need to experiment a little bit
Mm-hmm.
and come together on an opinion. Okay, either when in doubt, throw it out, or this is actual evidence, or this is debunked.
Right.
But one person might get butthurt because the other person said, no, that's not paranormal, or no, that is paranormal. And that can cause friction.
It can. But a little bit of friction can be a good thing.
Yes.
You know?
It pushes you.
Yeah.
It pushes the team. It pushes your thought because what it's doing is making you look from, exactly, two sides. It's going to make you look. It's going to make you think and go, okay, wait a minute, I got to stop, because people do get that whole everything's paranormal. Stop the brakes.
Tunnel vision.
Exactly.
Tunnel vision.
Exactly.
That it's all it's all paranormal. But mind you, it's 90 degrees. It's 100 and Satan's asshole out there, and you need the air conditioner on. You do know that an air conditioner will kick itself off.
And it opened the door and it felt like Satan farted in my face.
Well, I love what Lisa's saying right here. Before you say anything is haunted, it's investigating more than just spirits. I love that, but I was actually about to just go there. Just to tell a short story, we were actually in the cabin, and I think I told Howie this story. We had some equipment that was going off like crazy, and we couldn't figure out what it was. Our team literally spent it was an hour and a half to 2 hours trying to debunk this equipment going off. And we somewhat figured out what it was before we said it was paranormal. We had actually spent about an hour and a half to 2 hours trying to debunk what it was. And then the very next day, I actually called the guy who made the equipment, which was Ron Wood from Boots Paranormal, and sent him video clips explaining it. And I probably spent maybe a half an hour talking to him on the phone, trying to see if he could debunk the equipment that was going off at the same time. And so our team was literally, I won't say a mean argument, but a friendly debate about what was causing the equipment to go off and go on. So a couple of us were skeptical about what was going on, and a couple of us was like, that's paranormal. And it was literally if you were listening on the outside, you would have thought we were all arguing and cussing each other out, but we weren't. We were trying to figure out what was going on.
Yes.
So investigating further and having a healthy debate is great.
Yes.
When you have a couple people skeptical about something going on.
Healthy debate.
I'll throw this out there. I mean, the first season of Ghost Hunters, that's what they did. If they got something, they stopped and they showed you, in that in that 45-minute, whatever it is that they had, a half hour special, whatever. But they tried to do it so you could see that part of the paranormal. But of course, as things go on, that's not what people are viewing for. They want that jump scare. They want to see that apparition. They want to hear that EVP of you saying "fuck off, Jason." You know what I mean? Whatever it is. You know what I mean? That's what they want, and it changed from that.
Yeah.
But that's why I always, when people go, well, do you watch? I go, do I watch? Yes, I watch for the entertainment factor. But what hooked me back into the paranormal after a serious long absence was Ghost Hunters, because they actually were like, look it, and they were truthful. We were talking about this, how we were talking about it. We didn't catch anything this time. Doesn't mean your house isn't active and isn't haunted. We'll gladly come back.
Yeah. I mean, I've been on a couple investigations where it's like you expect things like it's going to be off the hook.
Mm-hmm.
You get out there, it's dead as heck. All right.
They're not trained monkeys either. I mean, they were once people. You have to respect them.
We see that at
it's like going fishing. Sometimes you get skunked and don't get a bite. Other days you'll pull them in and fill a bucket.
Ryan.
Yeah.
Cabin.
I mean, it's true. I mean, it's the same thing, I guess, with any location. Went to St. Albans, and like we went there, it was pretty dead. And then, talking to the people who were there before, like the night before, they said it was fucking crazy. But
all the energy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, we could have, a really slow night inside the cabin, but then maybe there's stuff in the woods happening, or maybe there's stuff in the rancher happening. It's to do with paranormal energy, like you said. It's there are different factors that can lead to it not being an active night, but doesn't mean they're not there.
Now I'm gonna follow up with Ryan, and we're just gonna talk about it just for a second. It got to the point now where myself and Ryan and a select group of others, so we've created Project 360, and the whole project is to get evidence or to debunk what people could be experiencing, so they can go, well, I got this. I'm like, well, hold on, this is what we have actually deducted as is. It's to help the investigators or the investigation, but it's also to give truth to the location. So you have a team that's there every week investigating the same location, getting different responses or getting something new or the same stuff, but at least we're documenting it for other teams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If I was a spirit and I resided in one of those locations, as a person, I really don't like to talk to people. I'm a Scorpio. I do not like idle chit chat. I don't like people asking me the same questions over and over and over.
Mm-hmm.
So you get all these teams coming into my home after I pass, asking this. Guess what? I'm going to walk up and I'm going to whack them in the back of the head. Get them out of my house.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Just saying.
It's true. I love this. I've said this I don't know how many times about the Circus Act. They're not circus
monkeys. They're not trained monkeys for your enjoyment.
Exactly.
I mean, I
ahead,
want to say one thing, because like Keith and I, we went to Scarefest. We were, because I'm also a mechanic trainee.
Yes.
So we went to Scarefest. We went to a certain location, Bobby Mackey's, which is the portal to hell. Okay. We went down there. We investigated. Okay, sorry, I had to throw my Zach Bagan impression.
I know. You're good.
Portal to hell.
We were there. We had more activity playing poker in the bar area, and we had more activity in the dressing room.
Yes.
Than we had anywhere else.
Yes,
Yeah.
We've had that at the cabin.
absolutely.
Well,
We were
see,
playing a board game at the cabin, and we had that happening.
Mhm.
We had EVPs flying off the shelf.
Yeah.
now
I
see,
like Ron's comment. I love Ron's comment. Who says if the spirits can't or leaving, go other places and visiting their fondest place? Exactly. They're not tied. They're not tied there.
No, they can move around.
Courtney Nicole had a theory that I love, and she said that what if spirits go on vacation at the time that you're investigating? What if June 25th, when you're investigating, that was the time that they went to the beach with their family? What if they're at Myrtle Beach that
Love
day, haunting? That's where they went when they were alive every year. That's where they could be when you're investigating that night.
well, see,
I love her theory on that.
well,
I do too.
another
That's
thing
nice.
that I think about. Another thing that I think about is, we've had this in the past too, where it's like you have to get the spirit to get to know you.
Yep.
So going on location a couple different times, and showing your respect and your appreciation gets them to open up to you.
Prove I can trust you.
You know what? It doesn't just
Please
show
and thank you
the
go a long
depression.
way.
Did you know there's actually a time where the spirits will give you a name?
Yeah.
Ryan and I are Kroger.
Yeah. Kroger.
Kroger. We've heard it, same voice, same way, several times. We've heard other voices.
It's a
Kroger.
term of endearment. Hello, they were human once. That
I'm
doesn't
asking.
because you die doesn't mean you're not. You know what I mean? It doesn't happen.
I'm asshole.
Yeah, so is Dennis. But Kroger actually means in German innkeeper.
Yeah. Or caretaker.
Your caretaker.
I mean,
Nice.
you are what they see.
Right. Ooh, they're opening up now, boy. I love this. Saying yes, ma'am, or yes, sir. We've talked about that.
I mean, common sense. I mean, please, thank you, works wonders.
Yes.
Yeah.
For example, the lady in white that gets into your car, talks to you the whole while you're at former home. And that's a whole other ball of wax.
Talking about interaction, the way we had the camera set up inside the cabin last week, and when Howie was doing his voice calls through the cameras, we were getting interaction from the spirits inside the cabin more than we did when we had set up the cameras in the rancher when nothing happened.
Yep.
In the cabin, we had a whole bunch of stuff happen, but we actually got EVPs because we were actually interacting with the spirits, even if we weren't there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, you guys got to send me those links so I can get on that feed. I would love that.
We'll talk to Jason. That's Jason's mojo. He's the witch doctor of the cameras. Sarah, I think spirits are constrained only by what they believe, just like the living. In the afterlife, you are experiencing based upon your own living beliefs. Just a theory, though. I'll get you. I'll go with that.
Yes.
That's like when we go somewhere that is indigenous, we say, oh, fine, I've heard Ryan say that, and give paint and sweet tobacco.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to remember that there's several different types of languages, so be careful of the language you use. You could say one thing, and you may be pissing off another tribe because it means something completely different. Careful of your language.
Well,
That's when your researcher comes in and tells you about the area and researches and gives the team what they need to know, the information that they need to know.
Well, it's like northern Michigan in the northern Midwest. Most of that was founded by Germans and Dutch. So you got to speak German or Dutch. And
it's the same way in Shenandoah Valley.
Yeah,
it's German. Oh crap! I got to remember German, Irish, Scottish, and Welsh.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
There's mainly German and Welsh.
Yeah.
And Amish.
I want to say, we started this off in the right direction. We were aiming this in the right direction. I love where this conversation went tonight. This is how we do things here as Outlaws. We talk about it. We listen to you guys. We want to hear your opinions.
Yeah.
And thank you enough for your support and being here with us.
And notice how sometimes even the Outlaws might disagree with each other, but we agree to disagree with respect because we both see each other's sides.
That's right.
Because we listen to understand, not listen to respond and win.
Yep.
That is true.
Well, you know what?
That's a big lesson during Mercury retrograde, which we are going through right now, is communication. How do you communicate with the live person at your job, with the live person in your family, with the spirits you are going to said location to investigate? How do you communicate?
Yeah.
Well, I think we're going to go ahead and call this a night and hit our saddles, grab our wraps, and throw it down. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Thank you, all of you, for being here with me tonight. I appreciate every single one of you. Renegade, Spirit Talker, Night Rider, Hangman, and Cowboy.
Yeah.
I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. Now, there is something I want to say. All right, before we end the show. Let's hope for the best for the cabin. I'll say that. Two,
Thank you.
I want to say congratulations with Jimmy. He did a hell of a job with the expeditionary team last weekend with ASPS. Keith, I'm glad you took that time away because we got to do what we got to do.
No.
Renee, I cannot thank you enough for all the work you do behind the scenes with RNN and everything you do. Here very soon, you'll be seeing a schedule, hopefully this week, of Sean and I returning back with G3, getting back and teaching people and showing people and explaining things. Because that's why we started that show.
We need more of it.
We need more of it.
Yes. And it's okay to take a step back and take some time for yourself, because if you don't take the time to heal yourself and fill your cup back up, you can't do what we're doing here. You have to have energy. You have to have drive. You have to have motivation. And if you give all that out to everybody else and you have nothing, you have to take time to heal for yourself.
Exactly.
And sometimes that can mean taking a break from certain things. And that's okay.
It's okay.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can take break from jobs. You can take breaks from shows. You can take breaks from people, even family. It's okay.
It is
It's
okay.
nothing against them. It's just the fact that you need some time for yourself because you have all this running around in here and in here, and you need to heal and get it back together.
Amen. Amen. So hopefully we'll see us all in 1 month. Get ready for some of the other shows. We'll get some other things in the works. And again, Ghost Riders, freaks, travelers, thank y'all so much for hanging with us tonight with this amazing conversation. And hopefully we'll have this very soon again with you. So until then, we'll see you on the other side of the mountain.
Have a good one.
Have a good one. Hit
So,
those
yeah.
trails.
Thank you, everybody.
Sean!
Glad to join
John.
y'all.
You hear me?
Nice meeting you, buddy.
Oh yeah,
See
nice to
y'all
meet y'all.
soon.
I'm glad I finally got to join y'all.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh,
Beer.
All right, I think we're good to go and
See,
clear.
I was wondering if anybody was still on. I used to be able to see everybody on here, whether you're, backstage or not. I don't see it now.
Really?
Yeah.
yeah.
Did
I only ever see me. So
Did you actually log in, or did you use the hyperlink?
I use a link.
Oh, that's why. If you
Well-
use the link.
Hang on.
What's that?
Tried to log in by going to Restream and joining.
Yeah.
Would not function. I had to go to the chat and use the link. But however, on the left-hand side, I see everybody. That's
Yeah, that's there. But it wouldn't let you enter the studio?
Mm-mm.
Really?
well, there's a lot of shit going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is a lot of shit going on. The planets, not just Mercury. Just saying.
Yeah.
Well,
But other planets, Venus is about communication right now. They're all having trines and squares and this and that and working together and against each other. And it's a fucking mess up there. But it's to help us.
Yeah.
well, I was telling Howie the other day that for like the last couple weeks, I've noticed a big energy shift. Things around me have gotten more positive and, more
Nice.
constructive.
Nice.
So I'm riding it out.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. And that can be one day.
That's me every day. Especially working at work with my coworkers.
Well, how do y'all
I
feel
love
about the
stupid
show?
people.
How do y'all feel about the show?
It was good.
We did good.
I think it was really good.
I just hope this bitch doesn't do what I think because you have to remember I drink and I know things. And
Yeah.
why do I have this like feeling that we're going to be losing a location? She's going to be a spiteful cunt and she's going to level it.
That's what I'm kind of afraid of too.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Now, when that happens, if that happens, all of the entities, spirits that are in that location are going to spread out and find somewhere else to go. Just like Dempster's and Beatrice, they're going to level the place. We went in as a team with spirit mechanics, and we crossed 70 to 80 people over that night. We put one person in charge of counting the spirits going through the portal that I opened.
Mm-hmm.
And there are still many more there that were stubborn. No, I like my job. I'm not leaving. Fine. But they're going to level that place. They're going to raise it. And those spirits are either going to stay on property or they are going to find a new place to go.
Yeah.
Or with any luck, they finally see the light and go home.
If, I hate to say it, if there's spirits there.
Yeah. I mean,
because a lot of people say, it's just from what I gathered, a lot of people, it's the atypical. I heard footsteps and EVPs, and it's the door. There are. Let me get me wrong. There are some. Like there was one video that they actually have on there that was like, oh shit, and it was in the daytime, which made things so. Look, it doesn't always happen in the dark time of the night.
Right.
The team canceled and didn't show up, and they caught it on the security camera that Abigail came because they have where the stove was, and they have this shelf that the door opens, and there's no way because you hear the click.
That could be any spirit. That's the problem.
Look at the
that
comment.
Anything.
Yeah, that's true.
Look at the
I don't
comment.
believe in 3/4 of spirits are medium. It could be any spirit. It's like I said, we don't know shit about the paranormal. How can we claim that?
Exactly.
And we sit there and go, oh, well, it's the house. Well, bullshit. How do you know someone didn't bring it there?
Hang
I
on.
didn't know it wasn't an attachment.
Hang on. Are we still on?
Are we still live?
No. I ended the show.
Oh.
Okay. Well, I've got a button up top that says end stream.
Yo.
Oh, well, maybe we are. And they're still watching us. Hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
Hey.
Welcome to
the
Hi.
This is the behind the scenes, what you get to hear.
Behind the scenes. Oh, God.
So should we all hit end stream?
No, all I have to do is edit. And I thought I did. So that's all right. Didn't say anything negative. We made honest points. It's
We're
behind the
good.
scenes.
We're
You
good.
guys,
Yep.
if you're still hanging with us, you see what happens. We get together and we chat.
Yes.
And we appreciate y'all here. But I'm not regretting anything I said. I'd say what I said. And I've said it before. I'll say it in front of the public. So you guys want to hang with us and chat? That's fine with me. But the fact is what we said. You just don't know. So we will call that a night.